Jason here with Dead Lead Air, bringing you a video today about the FX Panthera and some issues I've had with it personally. Not serious issues per se, but some things that should have came with it, in my opinion, that didn't come with it according to their techs online. So I went ahead and moved my fill port up front here, and then we'll discuss that here in a second. But before we get started, please be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and as well as go check out our store at deadleadair.com. Deadleadair.com, that's where we sell all of our slugs, and soon to be some slug making equipment, cutters and such. As soon as we get those orders in, we're going to start selling those. But to the story at hand. So we went ahead and changed the fill port. It didn't have any O-rings to seal this, so we went ahead and threw on a O-ring, and that lasted for like 3 weeks. And then all of a sudden we were sitting in the house and the living room, and we heard this big air release came in, and it was leaking from this O-ring. Come to find out, you have to buy a separate plug for back here. The plug that works up here does not work back here for the fill port. So we went ahead and kept trying different O-rings, couldn't find one that would hold. So I went ahead and ordered, from them, I just ordered another fill port. So we ordered another fill port, and that came with the fill port, which already has O-rings in it. I ordered a separate cap so we can seal it off from getting dust and debris on. Came with an additional O-ring, and then the O-ring that fits up against the base here. And then the plunger already has an O-ring on it. So we're going to use what came on it. We're always going to use silicone grease, and then we're going to go ahead and zoom in here so you can see the work that's being done, guys. Okay, guys, so now we're going to go ahead, and this is a 5/32. There's no pressure on it anyways. It blew out and all the air came out. So they say that this is not made for it, and I'd have to agree because it never stopped leaking. It blew out all the O-rings, so that's the one that would be underneath where the other fill port is at now. So we'll go ahead and assemble this for you right here on camera. So you would take, this is super simple, guys, but there isn't another video of it. So here's your fill port. There's an O-ring down here, right here, yeah, right there along the base, which is exactly what was in the original. You're always going to use some kind of silicone grease. We use this in diving applications. We also use it in air breathing situations in the oil and gas industry where I used to work. This is just food grade silicone. Won't make you sick unless you have some type of allergy. But then comes the rod, and there's numbers on all these. If you want those put down at the bottom, I can put all the part numbers that you're going to need. Like I said, it actually came with the O-rings, and then they sent extras, which is fine. Who knows how long this stuff's been sitting on the shelf for. We're just going to put a thin coat on all the O-rings and the sealing surfaces of this, just to make sure we don't crack or have issues. Then the O-ring goes in here, boom, and then that seals the front up. Looks just like your other one. If we can get it to zoom there. There it goes. The front. Then we're going to screw that in here. Hopefully I'm not covering too much of the camera. Make sure you don't force anything, cross thread anything. And this should alleviate my air leaking issues I was having, because this is the only thing keeping me from shooting my gun for the last 2.5 weeks, waiting for it to come in. Well, I played with it for a little while first before I called them, so it's not really their fault. I'm just using a spanner wrench here, and we're not gonna, you know, go overboard. Just enough. Just enough. It's pretty snug. So this cap, no go. Don't use it. It works on that one with a washer, and a washer that has the rubber O-ring in it, but it does not work up here. So my solution, without buying another part, was to do it this way. So now we're going to go ahead and pressure test the gun. I was going to put this on here, but you can get the cap too. So if you ever lose your cap, they're not super expensive. You can get those. All this was ordered at fx.com, so, or FX USA, and they got it to me pretty quick. Took about a little under a week to get here. So let me go ahead and pause and then get you guys started with it filling up further back. Just one sec. Okay, 250 bar and holding. Got it drained. What we will do, just for make sure we don't have any air bubbles leaking out of there. I don't see any air bubbles forming on that soap. Don't feel any coming out of there. The gun is coming down a little bit, but that could be because the temperature. This bottle got pretty warm, filling it up all the way from empty. So as it cools down, the bottle the pressure is actually going to go down. But I don't hear any leaks. There wasn't any leaks anywhere else in the system before. So guys, I'll say that's a success here. We're going to go ahead and put on the cap here. And the other cap on there. And then we're going to go ahead and go shoot it this evening and test it all out. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Again, God bless and keep that air dry.